Today we have the one and only, the multi-talented Lexcelle in the building. Boo, 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 boo. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I love this. Thank you so much for this. How did you, if you don't mind me asking, how did you come across me?
Yeah. So I literally bumped into your profile from the recent song that you dropped for 32 Flavors. And then I literally saw that. I was like, okay, she's fine. She's dropping the bars. I literally want to find out more and what you're up to as well.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that's how
I
I
started running.
discovered everything.
I actually like a producer that's out there. His name is Kid AJ, and so he's in
Oh,
South
okay.
Africa. Yeah, he's in South Africa, and so I just started running ads in South Africa because I'm like, all right, I'm
Yeah.
already working with a producer that's out there. I might as
Yeah.
well market myself to out there too. So hopefully,
Yeah.
maybe this summer actually come visit and and work with other artists. But
Facts.
then it's already in the talks.
Facts. Yeah, facts. And shout out to him, and I'm very so happy that you actually took that decision to be like, okay, I'm literally gonna now, even run ads in South Africa as well. Because I mean, I literally got to see you from that end as well. Which, before we get too much into everything else and, everything, because there's a lot of things that I want to chop it up with you, because there's so many things that you're up to as well. But before we start with everything else, I'd like for you to take us back into your childhood. Who are you, where you from, and what you're about as well.
Well, I mean, y'all probably aren't gonna know where, like, even if I say where I'm from. But I'm from a place called Yorktown, Pocosin. It's in Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah. What else did you want to know?
Yeah, no, that's definitely perfect. And with the other stuff, I have the questions, so we'll definitely get to dive into everything. So as you like mentioning where you from, and everything else, as I mentioned even in the intro, you are multi-talented. There's so many things that you've been up to. There's so many things that you're doing, right? I want to take you back into back then. Before, I don't know if you're already doing music back then, but you started off as a cheerleader. So how did you like transition from that position and then start actually doing music?
Well, I was a cheerleader. I've done pretty much everything. I've been a
Yeah.
cheerleader, dancer. I used to do horseback riding, ice skating. I mean, pretty much anything I took interest in, I just did it. But as far as me getting into music, I got into different choirs. I was in chorus in school.
Ooh, okay.
And yeah, and then I just had posted a video of me singing towards the end of
Yeah.
2024. I posted a video of me singing on my Facebook. And so
Yeah.
that's what started everything. Just me taking a risk. And I started taking music seriously because I was thinking, I'm like, yo, I feel like I
Yeah.
sound good. I be singing in the shower and things. I'm like, I feel like this sound good. So I'm like, let me post it and see.
Mm.
Because the worst that could happen is they say, oh, hell no, you need to delete this. That's the worst
Yeah.
thing that could happen. So, I just took the risk and it went well. Yeah.
Mhm. I actually love in terms of how you started with like music and everything. As you said, you were usually just singing in the shower, which is a very different experience as opposed to like singing on stage or being in studio. But for the fact that from that position, you actually were like, okay, this whole thing, I'm singing in the shower, but I want to take it like further. As you said, you started posting and stuff, and then people started giving you good feedback, which I can imagine how you felt, and you actually being in the position that you are in right now.
Hmm.
Which, as we still, on like that subject, as you being the multi-talented and everything, right? I want to ask you, since I'm the one that's interviewing you right now, but you literally not a stranger as to being the person that's actually conducting interviews as well. So you've also been on Fox as well, conducting interviews. Would you say, in terms of doing that, did it like help you out in terms of building your confidence for like actually going out to do interviews with other people as well?
Um, I went to Hampton University and I majored in broadcast journalism, which gave me the opportunity to be at Fox News for a couple of years as an intern. It helps a lot because I was taking marketing classes, I was taking law classes, how to shoot, how to edit, how to write, how to talk. I mean, it just I was able to take those skills and apply it to my music, which is why you see those ads in South Africa because I
Okay,
took
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, and I just flipped the
Yeah.
script. I was going to be a news reporter at first. That's what I was working
Oh,
towards. But then we had COVID that happened. And once that happened, it made me, we were all in the house pretty much stuck when that virus was going around.
yeah,
So nobody
yeah.
was hiring when I graduated college, which definitely sucked. I didn't get a graduation or anything. So because of COVID, it made me take an alternative route, and I stopped journalism. I mean, I was at a news station out here called Channel 13 as a producer for a little bit. I also was on the radio too.
Shout out.
Before I did TV,
Oh, ah, shout out to that. Yeah.
I was on
Uh,
88.1 FM out here as a co-host. But
oh, okay.
yeah, so it was easy for me to apply the skills from journalism to music. Oh, thank you.
I mean, that's literally so interesting, actually, when you even like mentioning your journey in terms of actually transitioning from like journalism to COVID. Because I know COVID was such a difficult time. When you even like think about it right now, it's been so long since it's been COVID, but the effects that we had to actually overcome, it took us so long for the economies even to be like, okay, things are like slightly a bit better, in terms of after that time. So with you actually mentioning that you've been on radio as well, and you've been on TV, and you're actually doing music. So I can assume music is your favorite, or would you say between radio and TV, which one did you enjoy the most as well?
Music. Yeah, music.
Mm, shout
I
out to
honestly,
that.
I wouldn't go back, and only because music allows me to be myself. I could wear what I want. I could say what I want. I don't have
Mm,
to, pretend. I could just be me. When
right,
you're a news
right,
personality, you can't even retweet like something really funny if it's inappropriate. Like I can't even do stuff like that.
right, yeah.
So like you have to be on your P's and
Mm,
Q's at all time. Like even if you talk to somebody, you have to be careful.
Facts. Facts. You literally tell. Yeah, sorry about that. You literally telling the truth, because now when you're actually doing music and everything, it's different because you can actually be yourself. You don't have to now force yourself to be someone else. Because, hey, well, on the news, imagine you posting yourself there, like talking some other stuff. You're going to be like, hold up, cut, 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 cut. We literally cutting you off, you know?
Music, you could just,
So, I want,
hold that. I'm gonna punch in real quick. TV, once
yeah.
it's out there, that's it. That's it.
Facts, facts, yeah, facts. You're telling the truth. So, since we've been, getting to talk about intros and everything you've been doing, I just want us to, slowly get away from too many questions and everything for us to actually play a game, which is called Cap or Facts, right? So, with this game, I'm literally gonna ask you a few questions about a couple of rappers, and then you're gonna tell me if it's cap or it's facts.
And it's
So,
about who?
um, rappers. So I'm
Okay.
gonna ask you about different rappers. So this is gonna be cap or facts. So the first one is Drake is a Christian.
Oh Lord, I don't know all my facts about these artists. I just listen to their music. I don't know what Drake's religion is.
Yeah,
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't study them. I'm sorry.
you can give it a try. You can give it a try.
Um,
Maybe you'll be lucky.
Christian. Um, Maybe not. If he is, maybe not super religious. I would say
Okay.
cat. Cat.
He is a religious.
He is.
You're actually correct. He's actually Jewish, so
Okay.
he's not Christian, but he
I
is
was
very
thinking.
religious, but he's Jewish. So you got it right.
I feared because I was thinking. I'm like, okay, well, this man he can't be that Christian if he is because he had a child out of wedlock. So that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So we're gonna go into the next question. So I wanna ask you, when it comes to Jay-Z, the last project he dropped, he said he was never gonna be doing music ever again.
Cap?
It's a tricky one. Uh,
Cap? Because I just heard about him. He's about to do something. Um, Cap?
yeah.
Is Cap?
It is. It is. It is. It is.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's actually about to be dropping something as well. He's also collaborating with like some people he was working with back then as well. So that one is correct. And then I'm gonna go into the last one, right? So recently, Rihanna. Okay, she's not a rapper, but she's a musician, right? So recently, Rihanna mentioned that she's gonna be dropping a project in 2026.
No way. Ain't no way. I don't
Are
think
you
so.
sure?
I don't think
You
so.
sure? You wanna have maybe? I'll just give you a countdown from three, two,
Cap.
one.
Cap. Cap.
You literally got it correct. Yeah, that's
Oh, I
correct.
got
I
all
was,
three. All three.
yeah. I was literally trying to catch you there. I was like, I'm definitely gonna catch her out on this one.
Because Rihanna don't
So,
announce when she about to do something. If she gonna do something, she just gonna do
yeah,
it.
exactly,
She don't tell nobody.
exactly.
We beg and beg and beg her, but she don't budge.
Exactly, she doesn't literally, So, as we were playing the game and everything else, I just want us to go into the next segment, right? Since we're playing the game and everything else, I want us to dive back into the music and everything else. So, I want to ask you, with you being, a rapper and a singer as well, when it comes to you actually having to go in a song to be like, okay, I'm listening to this beat and it's sounding like this, whichever way it is, how do you actually decide that am I rapping on this or am I gonna sing on it?
The beat tells me. When I turn on a beat, if I can't immediately make a hook, then I know the beat isn't for me. Um, Sometimes I just choose to do both. I can't really give you a direct answer because literally it just depends on the beat. The beat communicates with me. The beat tells me, all right, you
Yeah,
sing.
yeah,
The beat tells me you rapping
yeah.
on this one. So it just
Mm,
varies.
Okay, which actually makes a lot of sense when you actually say that, because I mean, with me being an artist as well, I can definitely tell. I mean, with the beats, because it's gonna give you direction. Because imagine now a beat is like so slow and so soulful. You're like, okay, maybe sing on this, and then okay, you could also rap on it. But when you also bring in like the melodies, if it's that type of beat, like how you always do, when it comes to also your song Toxic and the other songs that you dropped as well.
Mhm.
You know. So as we still on the subject about the music and everything else, I also wanna ask you, when it comes to you being in all of these different careers and everything else, when it comes to being an artist, what are like some of your favorite moments that you like look back at, you like, that day or that moment whenever I actually did this was like such an amazing time for me. I literally had the best time ever. Which I know there's probably a lot, but maybe you can name two or so.
My first show that I ever did. My very first show.
Yeah.
I used to be in a program called Artist Development. So it also taught me marketing, what to look out for when labels trying to sign you. And it was an actual class for artists that groomed me and shaped me into
For
who I
real?
am today. Um, Dang, I forgot the question that
Mm.
fast. Shit. What did you What was the question?
So
I'm
I
sorry.
was I was literally asked I was it's no, it's okay. I was literally asking you, right, when it comes to, you being an artist, and I know there's so many things that have, yeah, there's
My
there's
favorite
there's
moment.
so many things that have happened. Pardon?
You were asking about my favorite moment. That's
You,
what you was asking about, right?
yeah, yeah,
So my first
yeah,
show,
yeah, yeah. You
definitely
see,
my
we
first
back on
show.
track.
I had all my background dancers. It was like eight of them. And for my first show, it was great. It was my first time really on stage in front of that many people. I didn't have a background. I didn't have a vocal track behind me or anything. It was just me and the beat, and it was for about 10 minutes straight. So afterwards, I
Yeah.
received a lot of good feedback, a lot of good feedback. I was able to network with people that I still work with today. Um,
Shout
yeah.
out.
So that's one of them, my very first show. I've had other good moments, but I feel like I'm more critical of myself after shows and as an artist in general, though, which is something I'm
Yeah,
working
yeah,
on.
yeah.
While I do have good moments as far as networking with people and meeting people and things, I'm also watching videos, my performance videos over and over and over again. Like, damn, you fucked up right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm very critical of
Mm,
myself.
mm,
But
mm,
overall, yeah, just my
mm,
shows, yeah, meeting different
mm. Yeah, yeah,
people.
yeah. Shout out to that, and I even love the fact that you're mentioning like meeting new people and everything else as well. Because when you even like mentioning all of that, when I even like talk to you, and also when it comes to your songs and everything, as you mentioning like you look at your performances and everything from the outside looking in. When I'm looking at everything, I'm like, oh, she's going in hard. It literally looks so dope. It looks so proper even when I get to see it. So I can understand with you being an artist because you know where you actually wanna be. But for a lot of us looking from the outside and checking out, we're like, okay, yo, she's going hard. She's literally so dope. She has her own flavor. She has her own vibe, and you're actually always like cooking. So I wanna literally give you a props on that. And as I am literally giving you props on that, I wanna ask you about the song that you're gonna drop, 32 Flavors, because talking about your music, I want you to take us into the experience and the inspiration behind it, also with the creative process that you had. How are you feeling because when I'm listening to even the clips you dropped, I'm like, yo, I literally cannot wait to actually hear the whole song.
I mean, to be honest, the song is only one verse and then the hook twice.
Mm.
But
Oh yeah.
when I recorded that song in the studio, to be honest, I had just got done with doing like a mini podcast interview, and
Okay.
they had made me take a shot. It was more than a shot. It was like
Oh
a double.
yeah.
And so
Shout out to them for that.
afterwards, I was just lit. I was just lit, and I got in the booth, and that's what came out. But I also did
Oh
collab with
yeah.
another songwriter. His name is Heaven Sent Eli, and he's dope.
Okay. Shout out to
He's a
them.
songwriter out here, and he had that for me, and we sat down together, tweaked it together, and I got in the booth,
Okay.
and magic came. And right now, it's at almost
Mm.
600,000. I think my page is going towards 1 million.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
shout out, shout out.
yes, and you should check him out. He's a dope artist out here too. He
Mm.
sings, he raps.
Okay,
Uh,
definitely. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna send you his profile.
Yeah. Please, please do, please do. And I literally can't wait, to hear his stuff as well as you mentioned it, because already from the stuff I've heard from you and everything, since as I've even mentioned the song. So as you even mentioned the inspiration, how it even happened, because when we listen to it, because I can hear the song, the vibe on it, you were literally like flossing, you were saucing. I can hear that, everything was literally like good vibes in the studio. So when you mentioning even like you were lit, everyone was like, good vibes, you were having such a great time. For us with the listeners, we can even hear it in the song as well.
And it was one take. Like I just went in the
Oh
booth
yeah,
and went crazy. Yeah,
alright.
I went
Oh
crazy.
yeah.
This is Biggs is who engineered it. I also work with
Mm.
I don't know where this producer is, but his name is OG Flexus. He makes a lot of dope
Okay.
beats too.
Yeah, I'll check
And
it
yeah,
out. Okay,
it
that's
was
that's literally so fire. Yeah, that's literally so fire, and I even love the community that you have behind you and everything, right? So I even want to ask you, would you give any advice for someone that's literally trying to start out? Because your very first like job is always, I believe, the most scariest because you don't know what's gonna happen, and you're always assuming certain things are gonna be like this, or maybe you don't know how they're gonna go. So what advice would you have for someone that's actually about to drop their first song?
take your time. Take your time. Don't just drop a song because you have to
Yeah.
look at a song as a product. So that's your money. So if you just drop it, you just throw it in the air, you basically just wasted all your money. So you want to take the time to actually make a 30-day plan, a 90-day plan, however long that you want to promote the song.
Right.
Don't just put the song out or promote it maybe twice and then that's it. No, people need to keep hearing the song over and over and over again and then drop the song. Like make an actual plan as to how you want to put it on the internet. Don't just post aimlessly. So that would be my advice to somebody that's about to do a release. Take your time, put stuff on paper of what you're going to do, make that content creation plan, and put about $40 to the side so that way you can run ads on your stuff. That way, when your song comes out, you got your streams. Like right now, over 300 people have my song pre-saved. And that's my
Ooh,
first
facts.
official like rap music video. I don't have any other official rap music
For
videos
real?
besides 32 Flavors. Yeah, the rest of them I'm just
Yeah,
singing.
yeah, cause oh yeah, I literally did see the other ones you were singing and everything, but I didn't think in my mind that that was the first one. Cause from the clip you dropped, it's like yo, she's been dropping actually a lot of rap songs as well. That's how good it is.
As far as professional videos, what I'm referring to now, there are
Mm.
other videos of me rapping. Yes, I promote myself heavy, but professionally, that's my first one, and so I really took the time to push myself. I also work with a group out here too, PR person
Okay.
who kind of maps things out for me, and then I took things that I learned from artist development. So the advice I would have is just take your time. Take your time. Don't get so excited that you just waste your artwork.
Facts. You're telling the truth because, I mean, you know, it's literally very crucial because you know when literally starting out and everything, we just want to move quickly. We see other people moving so quickly and everything. As you even mentioning that, it's so important to take your time, plan it out, and see that okay, this is how I'm gonna be moving. This is how I'm gonna be operating and everything, and not just go, and then the train literally just
Right.
goes
Don't
literally
compare.
straight.
You
Yeah.
cannot compare your journey to somebody else's journey as an artist. You cannot do that. Now, I will say I have taken FaceTime. Okay. I will say that, you know, I will look at my favorite rappers. I'll look at their social medias and see how they started and see how their profiles look. And then I'll compare my profile to that. And I'm like, okay, so this is how they did it. And you literally can just apply the same thing. I wouldn't say, you know, make the same videos, but as far as how the cleanliness of their social media is how you should look at things.
Facts, you know. And I actually like even when you're actually, you know, touching on those things, which I hope other people are also listening in and they taking that in. And with you mentioning some of the things that you're doing, I want to ask you with with you also being in the event space, with hosting events like Pastor Ox and everything, I want to ask you what's the inspiration behind that and how also is it for you to be hosting those type of events as well?
Um, it's fun. It's fun. I like doing
Yeah.
past the ox. I like hosting different events. Sometimes it can be a little bit um, overwhelming, if I'm being honest,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you're,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
correlating so many different artists, so many different people. And it can take a lot out of you, but it is fun. You get to network with different people. And that's honestly what's most important. That's another reason why I host, because it allows me to meet all these different people, all these different artists, and provide them with resources that I know of. I actually plan on starting a course out here myself, to help the local artists out here.
Oh,
Yeah. So I love hosting. I love hosting.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. I mean,
a lot of work. It's not as
yeah,
easy as it looks just getting on the mic. No, like you gotta have a whole rundown, getting people to be quiet so stuff can happen. Like, yeah. But it's a great
facts,
experience
facts.
and I'm just gonna continue to grow.
Facts, you know, and I actually can imagine as you were mentioning how also like it's a lot of work hosting because a lot of people when they see you there, they're like, okay, you know, she's there, everything is all in order. They just think, God, this literally seems so easy because also when you're there, people don't see your stresses, they don't see the things that you have to go through because a lot of times, as you even from us, like being so far as well in another country, we just get to see the videos you post and the reactions. We're like, okay, yo, this literally looks so dope. You make it look so easy as well.
know, I could be having like the worst day ever, and I get on stage and I have to look like this and pretend like everything is good. So that's another thing that can make hosting hard, separating my personal life from my business. I mean, yeah, separating my personal life from my business life. You can't mix your emotions in between the two.
Facts. Facts, which that's actually a lot as well. And since you're talking about, separating the two, how would you say you actually keep the balance when it comes to even like having to maybe chill with your friends and everything else? Because you seem like someone that's always literally busy and, you're always literally doing so many things. But how would you say you also get time to balance time for actually your social life as well?
To be honest, I'm pretty much all work, work, work. Like I'm not really going out the house unless it's work related. I'm also a mom too. I have a son. So I have to balance being a mom
Yeah.
and
Oh, shout out to that.
I have to balance being a mom,
Mm,
a co-host, and my music life all at once. It's really just being consistent, making a plan, figuring out how you're going to execute it, and doing it. It's about how bad do you want it, you know? And I don't let anything
facts,
slow me down. I don't
facts,
let
facts.
anything slow me down. And I have a great support system too. So that also allows me to move around the way I want to move around.
Facts, and I actually love that fact that you've been mentioning that you even have a great supportive system. And with yourself, it's always like work, work, work. Because, I mean, in this life, if also it's not about work, I mean, you can't always just be out there outside and there's no reason why you're outside. There
Yeah,
has
I
to
don't
be
just be
a
at the
reason,
club.
especially.
I don't just be at the club to just be at the club. I don't just go to parties unless somebody plans on passing me the mic. If I'm not getting the mic at any point of the night, more than likely I will not be there. I will not be there. Now I'll come to events,
Uh,
to other like music events to support different artists and still not perform. But just being at the club or just being at a party just to be there, no. No, I got
yeah.
other stuff to do.
Talk that talk, yeah.
Yeah.
Talk that talk, and I even appreciate that you like even mentioning some of that as well. Which I wanna ask you, since you mentioned I'm always working and everything. Would you say there's like other South African artists that you also like familiar with as well?
No, I'm not. But,
I must
please
plug
send
you. I'll
me.
plug you.
I went through your profile and it was dope. I liked your music too. Yeah, it was dope. I
I
loved your
appreciate it. You
content.
must
Really
work.
professional. Looks clean. I loved it. But no, I don't know any artists out there. No, just the producer,
I, yeah, I
producer
shout
and
out, but
you.
yeah, at least you know my stuff, so that
Yeah.
definitely counts as well. Which I actually appreciate it so much. Which we must work on, some stuff as well. I'm gonna send you some stuff, and
Mhm.
also I'll definitely introduce you to some of the stuff and some of the producers and other artists that we have, and one day actually get to even like bring you this side as well.
Yeah, I want to come out there hopefully sometime this summer. I'm thinking maybe in August or maybe
Okay,
July.
that's fine.
Yeah, somewhere
Yeah,
around there. And just
yeah,
network.
that's
But I want to have
fine.
stuff lined up for at least a week. Like I want to be out there for at least a week or two, and get a
Yeah.
whole bunch of work done.
Facts. I mean, that's even fine. I'll definitely, when you come to the side, and I mean, it makes a lot of sense to also have things set up because you also don't want to just come this side and then still about to plan stuff, and then it's like, yeah, well, why am I even here? So
I'm
I'm
not coming
definitely
there
with
to
you.
relax. I'm not coming there to relax. I'm coming there to work. I still,
Exactly.
want to maybe, see some things and enjoy, but overall, I want every day to consist of some type of interview, show, networking event, something that's lined up if I'm gonna come out there.
Facts.
I don't want to just
Yeah,
be blowing
facts.
money just to be blowing money.
Thanks,
It's
you can't, you
expensive.
can't. You
Them return flights is in
exactly,
between. Them return flights from
exactly.
South Africa to here is between 800 and $2,000.
Imagine that's literally, and for us this side, that's like how much? Yo, that's like even so much money this side. So it's literally a lot. Like I understand you. You can't really just come here for literally no reason as well. So I'm with you on that one. And even with like the interviews and everything, but afterwards we'll like chop it up about that one. We'll definitely be working on that one. And since because I'm also in the PR space as well, so definitely we can work on some stuff as well on that.
What all do
And
you do?
pardon?
What all do you do?
So me, I make music. So I make music, but I'm a hip hop artist. But I'm also very versatile. I have this show as well, which is called Turn On, Turn Off, which this show was all inspired by me wanting to work with a lot of creators, and it was inspired by working with a lot of people this side. I noticed when it comes to female creators, a lot of people when they would interview them, it was mostly based on other stuff and not actually appreciating their work. But I also interview guys as well that actually are supportive of that whole system as well. And then I also do PR. But in terms of the PR, it all started from my music and getting like interviews for myself and TV shows, radio shows. So that's how it started as well.
Okay, okay. Well, yeah, definitely send me a link to everything. Even like maybe some different
Uh,
artists that I should listen to out there that I should get familiar with. Yeah, big or small. I'm all ears.
yeah, I'll definitely make sure that I send you everyone, then I send you some of the stuff that I have, and then from there we can actually, cook it and cook it and cook it and cook it and cook it even more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So going back into talking about yourself and everything that you're doing, right? I want to ask you, with you being a full-on creative, because you're not only an artist but you've literally been into so many elements and so many pockets of the industry. I want to ask you, what with the name of the show being Turn On, Turn Off. So what are some of the experiences that you've experienced that you go like, okay, that situation, I literally wouldn't wish it upon the next person as well.
Mm. I'm gonna make it music related.
Yeah,
Um,
facts.
Without name dropping, I would say just I was in a situation where I didn't research who I was working for, like who had hired me to host a show. I
Mhm.
just went along with it. And when I was hosting the show, somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, you need to be careful. Do you know who you work for? Blah 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 blah." And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? So they ended up giving me their name. I put it in Google, and they ended up being like a predator. And
Oh,
yeah, and I wouldn't wish that on another artist at all. Like that's why I say now to artists, make sure you look up their first and last name. You really research who you're working for. Don't just take their artist name and think everything is cool. No, no. Definitely look up who you're working for. Do all your research because it's easy to get scammed. It's easy to get hurt. And the last thing I want to do is collab my brand that I'm creating with some
facts.
with some mess like that. Yeah, that was probably the one of the roughest situations that I've been in as an artist. But it's also my fault because I didn't look him up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine how difficult it was for you, because with me seeing the type of character you are, the type of person that you are, and also, as you mentioned, you're always about work. So sometimes, when we literally about work so much, we're just so happy for the work that, okay, things are happening, things are operating, but sometimes we literally don't look at other things, and not even, I mean, even when you say it was your fault, but it wasn't even a thing that you did on purpose. It's just a thing of like, you were not thinking that, okay, that situation could be like that, you
I
know
was too excited, and that's why I say artists got to be
yeah,
careful. Just Don't be so excited that you just drop music and you don't even promote it. Don't be so excited that you just take an opportunity and you don't do any homework behind it. Like everything
Facts.
requires homework. Everything requires homework. Like even doing this interview, of
Facts.
course, I went through your profile,
Facts.
made sure you wasn't
Facts.
some weird ass guy.
Yeah, facts. I had to make sure. Yeah.
So
Mm,
yeah,
mm,
so just do your homework with everything. Everything.
Facts, 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 and I love that you're mentioning that, which I just want to ask you, one last question as well. With you being an artist and everything else, when it comes to inspirations, who is someone that inspires you a lot where you look like, where you look at them, you go like, okay, this person, when I listen to their music, when I see what they're doing, like they literally inspire me so much. So who is that person for you?
Man, I got a list. I got a list, but
Okay, I
my top three is Pluto. You know who Pluto is?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah,
I think
I
there's
just
that.
opened for her not too long ago.
Yeah. Oh,
So
okay.
Pluto, and for those who don't know, she made this song "Whim Whammy." You know that song?
Mm.
Whim
Which
Whammy.
one?
Whim
Okay, I'm
Whammy.
not familiar.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I do know it. Yeah,
yeah, with
yeah. I just
YK
wasn't
Music.
here. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
the real Rocky Bad. She's from Detroit.
Okay,
And
I'll check
who's
them out.
who's the third? I like Sierra. I love Sierra, but like
Yeah,
old Sierra.
the old music that she used to drop. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And I also listen
She's
to
also
Crime Mob a
fire.
lot too for rapping.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of Crime Mob. Yeah.
Okay, okay, it makes sense. I mean, the way you literally have bars and everything, even with your flow and the way you like dive into the different pockets, so it literally makes a lot of sense as well.
I be bouncing around everywhere.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, that's literally like so dope. Is there maybe before we like close off the show and everything, is there something that you would maybe like to know about like South Africa or the music space, the side, or everything, or just chop it up after the show?
What advice would you have for me when I come out there as far as like on the music scene? Like, what do I need to look out for? Um, what should I do? Or any advice?
Yeah. Okay, the advice that I would have for you is to be very open minded as well, because there's different sounds and in different languages as well. Because in South Africa, I mean, we have 11 languages, so there's different types of music. Yeah, we have literally 11 languages, so you can imagine when it comes to people making music, it's literally all different sounds, but it's really beautiful, and a lot of people this side are all about dancing, about having a good time. So I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. But that's what I'm saying. Just be open minded and be willing to experience and explore all of these cultures as well.
How many languages do you know?
With me, I know. Let me count. I know Soto, uh, Zulu, and then Afrikaans. I understand it, and then English as well as an official language, and then yeah, I know four. I know four. Some of the others I can understand, but I'm not as fluent, but I can understand them as well.
Okay, that's hard. I like
Yeah.
that. I only know English and I know a little bit of Spanish. Honestly, I was scared
Ooh,
about this
okay.
interview. I was like, look, I was like, how am I about to do this interview? Because the language barrier, I was worried about that. Like, look, I'm just doing
Yeah.
it. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, because I was even thinking about it before. I was like, I wonder she's probably thinking, I wonder is he gonna understand, but like but even this side when it comes to English, a lot of people also speak it even when it comes to the hip hop music that we have. It's very like versatile as well. So it's also English as well. So a lot of people are tapped in as well.
Do you think I would fit in?
Yeah, a lot of people are literally gonna love you, even the vibe. I'm telling you, you're gonna have so much
Okay.
fun.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely will. And you're literally such an open-minded person. Even like talking to you right now and everything, you seem like someone that's even open-minded to meeting people. So a lot of people are actually gonna mess with you as well.
Okay. Yeah, I hope
Mm,
so.
mm. No, they
But
definitely,
thank you
definitely
so
will.
much.
Yeah, no, I literally, enjoyed chopping it up with you. I enjoyed having you on the show, and I'm looking forward to literally 32 flavors dropping because that video, I probably even know it like bar for bar even
Oh my
right now because I literally have been watching it so many times, and I'm literally hoping that the song is gonna be dropping soon. When
April
exactly is it
10th.
dropping?
April 10th. It
Okay,
was gonna
guys,
be the
guys,
31st, but I am
yeah.
releasing merchandise for the I just finished the
Ooh,
store
okay, okay.
yesterday. I just finished an online store for 32
Ooh,
flavors.
oh
So
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
gonna be releasing in about a week or so. And then I'm gonna release the
Ooh,
song. I just
okay.
needed a bit more time.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, that's even more interesting when you even like, mentioning the merch and everything. Because when I even saw the cover for the song and everything, so I can imagine how the merch is gonna be looking and everything. Like I said before, you literally multi-talented and you always cooking, literally.
I feel like,
Yeah.
I've been only doing music for about a year. So, I
Mm-hmm.
just felt
Oh.
like, my first year I needed to take the time to network and meet people. Now this year I'm trying to make some money. Cause I was doing a
Yeah,
whole
exactly,
bunch of free shit. I was doing a whole bunch of free shit last year and it's not happening no more.
exactly,
So that's why
exactly.
I'm taking
Fact.
this single release a lot more seriously than I have my other ones.
And I actually love that you even like mentioning that because Vele, you can't imagine start the whole time. Last year you were doing free, and then this year, as you saying, you literally actually bumping things up even up a notch. Because when I'm even looking at your content and I'm looking at how you present yourself as an artist, the things that you're doing, you literally carry yourself so much differently than a lot of people as well. And as you saying, you literally want to be getting all this money. I can even see it from your work and everything that we get to hear and get to see as well.
Yeah, because honestly, a lot of musicians don't know this starting off, but your money is not going to come from your streams. I mean, that's part of it,
Facts.
but your
Yeah,
money as an
facts.
artist, it comes from everything else that you're doing outside of your
Facts.
music. I mean, it all ties to your music, yes, but you have
Facts.
to do plenty of other things to actually
Other
get
avenues.
revenue coming in. You can't just post music and
Facts.
think that you're going to make a whole bunch of money because you're not. You're going to stay broke. You're going to stay broke if
Exactly.
you think that. So,
Exactly.
find a bag, get it right,
Exactly.
make a plan. When you get
Yeah.
that bag, don't spend it all like a dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. Facts, facts. You're literally
Right.
telling the truth because I was even saying it literally won't come just from the streams. You have to be hosting events, as you say. You're making merch. You literally hosting shows. You're there doing so many other things that tie back into the music because the music is always the most important thing. Because without it as well as like literally the grounding point, you literally won't have all these other things as well. So I love the fact that you even mentioning that.
I feel like artists need to look at their music and look at their social media as a business. You're running a business,
Facts,
a
facts,
24/7 business at that. You can't just look at it. I mean,
facts,
it also depends. Do you want it to just be a hobby or do you want it to be a career? Me, I want it to be a
facts,
career. So I'm consistently
facts.
having the business mindset when it comes to my content and everything that I do. Like even shows, I typically don't do shows if it's not a cash prize show. If I didn't get booked, then
Which we appreciate. Which we appreciate you.
usually, oh, who is this?
My bro, can you please leave the live? Sorry. How
I don't
how
know.
did that
There we
exit?
go. Got it.
Thanks,
You
my
good.
bro. Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I typically like for shows, like for like when I perform, I only typically do cash prize shows. Um, Otherwise, I'm wasting money because I have background dancers and they're not
Facts,
free.
facts. Facts. I actually love that you've been mentioning that so much, how important it is that you don't actually just go and do shows. Because as you mentioned, you have like dancers, you have a whole production team, you come with your whole team. You don't just bring and say, yo, I'm just going to do something very simple. You actually, are a whole brand. Just as you saying, you take yourself very seriously because you're always business minded the whole time. So I mean, even with myself hearing you say that, and even with other people, I hope they literally taking it in so much because that's very crucial. A lot of people don't think of it in that way. Most people think it's a hobby. They think, okay, maybe I'm just gonna post a young video, a quick video, just like this, something not even like complex, something just they don't even care about it as much and expect to actually reap the same rewards as someone actually pushing the same way that you are.
Artists be dropping music and think a miracle is just gonna happen out the sky. It's not. It's
Exactly.
not. You gotta push it
Exactly.
right. You gotta talk to the right people. You gotta show up places. You can
Mm.
go viral, yes, but after you go viral, then what? If you don't have a
Facts,
plan,
facts,
you gotta have a plan.
facts, facts, facts. Yeah, because without a plan, I mean, you literally plan to fail.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a
so
waste
not,
of time.
not, yeah, literally nothing is ever gonna work out. But I definitely know, with yourself, there's gonna be like with the merch. I literally can't wait to be seeing the merch and when the song drops as well, and all the other things that we're gonna be working on. And like I said, when I introduce you to some stuff as well. So are there maybe a few words you want to leave us with as well before we close off the show?
Make sure y'all stream 32 Flavors April 10th. Follow me on Instagram at Lexcelle. It's what you see on the screen. I'm about to put it in the comments too. So that's my
Yeah, just
Instagram.
type it down there.
Yeah, and just thank you for letting me do this because this opened the door for me internationally. And the goal is not just the United States. The goal is
Yeah,
worldwide. So thank you for this
to be
opportunity.
global.
Do you plan on, did you record this or anything?
Yeah, yeah, it is actually recorded, so I'm gonna send you everything as well. And then also with myself, I'm definitely, looking forward to hopefully, coming through that side soon as well. And then we can actually get to cook it up even more as well.
Okay. All right. Sound good to me then. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. I hope okay, for us it's literally 7 this side in the evening. So I don't know, for you I think it's in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock here. I'm about to start my day. I got a busy day. I got another interview, a freestyle session.
Yeah.
I got a studio session and a music video today.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be cooking, so you literally have literally a busy, 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 busy day.
Yes, yes, I do. But that's how I love to keep it. Can't wait to shoot content with you on this side.
Right.
Do you know the people in the comments or um
Yeah, some of them I do,
okay.
and then some of them, okay, the one that commented now I do, and then actually, Dando, the pianist, he also plays the piano as well, so he's very like really dope as well with that. And then Louis Lace is literally dope with the content, and then some of the others that joined, I'm not familiar with them as well, so shout out to them as well.
A freestyle before you leave. No, I wish I had time. I actually have to leave. So yeah. But you can have me back
Alright,
whenever if you want to do like music reviews or anything. I'm always
alright,
open to collaboration. So even when you record, when you post content for this, if you want to send me a collab post,
alright.
that's fine.
Alright. Okay, I'll definitely do that, and then we'll definitely make sure with also and Daniel, since he wants to play some keys, we'll make sure that we set it up another time as well, and we can actually operate it as well.
Sounds good to
So
me. Thank you.
yeah,
I
thank you so
appreciate
much.
you. You have a good
Enjoy your
day.
day as well. Bye.